So as part of the project to clean up the jointer, since I can't get the angle grinder inside the frame, and also it's going to be a pain to get inside the other pieces and everywhere else, I decided, okay, I will try and research, and I've looked at this for a while, die grinders. A lot of people use die grinders. A lot of people use air-powered ones, but that's a lot of extra things. I have an air compressor, but then you need the oil and all the stuff and everything else, and that's more messing around. Theoretically, getting one of these, I already have this battery style, and there was a sale that was going on that I was able to get this tool plus 2 high output batteries plus another charger for slightly more or around the same price as the tool. So of course, you get the tool and the batteries. So that arrived. And that looked cool, and it seemed cool and all that. And it is cool, as far as I can tell. But then it's like, okay, I also want to have something to remove rust and paint and that sort of thing. Well, I looked, and these kind of brushes, or nylon with grit, the weird weave with grit, seemed to be popular, and a lot of people had good reviews on it. Well, I got most of this stuff on Amazon. There's a lot of crap on Amazon, as everybody knows. This is one of the packs of crap. That specific pack comes with one of these, which is a roloc type tool connector, and then a whole pack of these, which is a roloc type ROLOC. I'm not sure why it's called that, but it's called ROLOC. And on these, due to the way the thread goes, there's basically two places where the spiral starts, and then it quick spins down for the thread. So it attaches really fast, and you can see on here as well. There's an opening on this side and on this side. Why do I bring that up, you say? That's important because these are cheap pieces of crap that are, luckily, I guess, I got a 20 pack of these, plus this piece of crap, which is not, how should I say this? When you spin it, it is not uniform. It is not weighted correctly. So when you spin it at low speed, you're fine. You don't notice vibration. When you spin it at high speed, such as in a die grinder, you have an unbelievably bad noise, which is the bearings beating themselves to death. So, and I'm going to show examples of this in a bit. I'm going to try and get it to actually show correctly at least. But basically, when you have this going and you spin this, it should spin. It should not wobble. And there should be a little bit of hum. But there should not be an ungodly noise. Well, some of these are more centered than others. Some of them, you can, depending on which orientation you start with, it will spin down into the lock one way, and it'll be somewhat normal noise. If you happen to do it 180 degrees out of turn, you spin it that way, it's an unbelievably bad noise. This piece of junk is what came in the original pack. I have then since ordered not only a 2-pack by itself, but a 5-pack and also a 3M brand, which I may not have to open up, even though this one was the most expensive. That means I can return it without a problem. This one, just by itself, is not balanced, so it makes the unbelievably bad noise. These are balanced. You can put it together and it works. Even with some of these that are slightly off balance, it sort of works. So, yeah, I'm going to try. And I definitely don't know if this is going to work with the camera trying to hold the phone and do this. But, yeah, this one, if you spin it this direction with this orientation, it makes that noise. And I also found out from another discussion channel, when you loosen this initially, it loosens and then it gets tight, and you still can't pull it out. Well, that means, once it gets tight, you turn it again, and then this comes out. That is not. But I will put the piece of crap one back in, just so we can try and hear the extreme noise. And watch, it won't do it this time, but my guess is it's going to go. So this was the roloc pack, or roloc attachment thing, that came with the piece of crap stuff. And I only call them piece of crap because they're not balanced. They grind stuff really well. So let's try this one. You hear that really loud blah, 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 blah. There's an extreme amount of vibration with that. Let's see if we look at it. Yeah, you can see there. You can see it wobble and not be like that's, and it sort of evens itself out, or I should say it looks like it evens it out, but it isn't. You can see just at low speed how wobbly that is. And I've tried doing the press and move around. Let's see if that makes any difference. I'm going to guess and say no. Yeah, no, see, it's not. It's just not balanced. And here you can definitely hear the noise. That really loud whir is bad. That's bearings, again, beating themselves to death. That's not good. But the good news is, I did manage to figure out that some of these, there were some that weren't in the 20 pack. Some of these, depending on which orientation you attach it, it works better than others. Let's see if I can find one like that. First, I got to get the crap thing out. Okay, so we will put the good one in. And let's see how that goes. That's tight. Noise check. That's fairly calm. Now let's try this exact same one and see if this is one of the ones that does it. If we take this, we rotate it, and that should be 180 degrees. So now let's see what it does. Notice the much louder noise. Let's see if we can see it do it. Yeah, there's the much louder noise. Spin it till it gets the other side. 180 degrees out. Does not have the really loud noise. Because I figured, okay, this by itself, I don't think I tried that. This by itself makes a similar almost no noise. Let's do, and again, I'm just assuming that this is all coming across on the microphone because I didn't want to get the camcorder and everything else set up just for this. So we'll see if this works. But if we take that out entirely, this should be balanced and it should have a very low sound. Notice there's a motor noise at 10,000 RPM. So yeah, this is cool. There's 4 settings. Come on, focus. 4 settings, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is up to 10,000 with a variable thing. 2 is up to 15. 3 is up to 20. 4 is up to 25. But there's very little vibration. It's just motor noise. And that's what we were getting with this one. Is very little vibration. Mostly just motor noise. Put that back on. this back on. Alright, now this one should. Yeah, see, there's no motor, there's no vibration, sound, or feel. It's just the spin. That's what these are supposed to do. That one definitely does not. But then I also got, because there's whole different kind of roloc things you can get. There's like this giant pack of all sorts of grits and everything else for buffing and, you know, sanding and just, you know, actual sandpaper. This is a thin mesh thing, which this is small enough you would think they would be able to get it, because smaller, thinner things should be easier to balance, right? That would be the thought. These things, they're huge, and, you know, there could be a lot of material in one spot versus the other, depending on how it merges. But this one, let's try this disc. No vibration, minimal noise, just mostly motor. I mean, there's a slight amount more noise with this in than just the stock piece that comes out by itself. But I would not have a problem with using this for hours. My hand would be happy, and I would not worry about the bearings in the machine. If I had this one, I haven't even wanted to do it much more than you heard, or hopefully heard on here, just like, that's it. I don't want to have it running out of balance more than that. Because ideally you want to use these for a longer period of time so that you can, you know, do work. Well, you don't want to beat your bearings up, because then your tool disintegrates. Or the things fly off and, you know, these disintegrate. So at least now I know that this is a bad pack. It had potential. I mean, like I said, these work awesome on cleaning off paint. Then again, so does this. So if I come over here in a spot, the reason that's shiny is that's where this went. So this has paint. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll just show. That quick, I made it dust, but that quick, it got down to bare metal. So, and the tool was not beating itself up. So yeah, that's the attempt for this video. Is if someone gets either one of these die grinders, which again I think are awesome. I haven't used it much, but it's small enough and it's fast enough and it's easy to use, and it takes paint off really well. And plus, these little things can also go in a drill. So if you don't have a die grinder, you could use a drill. But if you run into a pack with the cheap ones, new, made in China, or, you know, any of the other ones, if you run into a problem where it's making a loud vibration at higher speeds, stop. Don't break your tool. Figure it out and fix it first. This one, for example, you can see, looking at it, the top is not straight. Like there's definite wavy wobble to the top. And yes, it's rubber. You might be able to get it to stay more straight. So if you have one that does not work and it makes weird noise, first try your tool with nothing in it. If it still has the vibration, you may have bad bearings. Get that checked. Try it with just a drill bit. I did that too with this. I tested, okay, this is really noisy. Try it with the drill bit. Hey, there's no vibration or noise with the drill bit. Okay, well, drill bits should hopefully, if they're, you know, just drill bits, they should hopefully be balanced decently well, because they're a pretty simple thing. Then I tried it just with the shaft. Took the nut off and the front off, because these do detach, like you see in the pack here. It just, you know, it's detached. So just try it with the shaft. No noise. Try it with this rubber thing. Noise. Try it, and then if you get one of these that you, okay, great, I have it clear up to this point. It's no noise, no vibration. Try with some of your rolocs. If it's lots of noise and vibration, okay, try it 180 degrees out of phase. Because again, there's two spots here, this side and that side, where this thread can start on, and there's two spots to start it. Try it 180 degrees out of phase. If it works better, great. You don't have to throw out this. If it still doesn't work, you could possibly, I haven't tried it yet, you can kind of see that some of these spots have been trimmed, probably at the factory. And so it may be that they trimmed this after they took it out of the mold or whatever the heck they put it in to attempt to get it to be more balanced. And it could be that that's what they did, is they stuck it in a roloc tool, connected it all up, spun it up, put it in something that spins, and a cutter comes in and trims this to make sure it's balanced. Well, they may have done it that way only in one orientation, so again, they wouldn't have tried it 180 degrees out. So on here, if you look on this side of the rubber part, there's like 1/8 of an inch or more. There's barely a 1/16 of an inch. Well, that means this is not balanced. Or, you know, definitely not balanced. Try 180 degrees out. See if that's any better. That's even worse. So this one, for example, would not work in any of the tools without trimming, because this side has a massive amount of the grinding pad on. This side has almost none. This one would need trimmed almost to be centered around the rubber pad in order for it to probably be balanced and not make noise. I think you can see that, hey, this one there's nothing there. This side, there's stuff there. That was the fun that I ran into, and the frustration, because I was just trying to get work done, but I had to order way more stuff. Now, granted, I have a large number of properly working roloc shafts, and theoretically, from what I've read, sometimes these do fail, so it's good to have several around that you like. I don't know if you need as many as I bought, because I bought a 2-pack here, a 5-pack there, and another one over there. I don't know if I need that many, and some of these packs come with them. Hopefully this is useful. I don't know if it will be. It's probably way too long. Don't break your tool. Get something that's balanced. Only use it if it's balanced. If it's not, either balance it or get something else, because otherwise these are expensive and you don't want to mess up your tools.